If you're opening a restaurant, one really important milestone is hitting 1,000 followers on Instagram before the restaurant even opens. Once people start coming in, if you get any press, you really want people to see that there's an active page with a lot of storytelling. I have helped tons of restaurants grow. There are so many different ways to do this, but this is just what works for me. Starting with the first post. If you're unsure where to start with your restaurant's brand, the logo, the mark if you have one. If you don't use platforms like Adobe or Canva, something that you can do is just simply post the brand logo that your branding agency created or that you created for yourself. Just the plain logo. You can see that I also put a childhood photo of our chef behind the logo. This is the third post on the account, and it did perform very well for only having less than 100 followers at the time. This was the first post on the account. I like to start off with a video, even if it's not very complex. A video to start can really make a big impact. This was writing that our mentor did before he passed, so we incorporated this into the restaurant opening, integrate something that's really special to us, and it was a really creative and fun way to add our logo. Post that, tell the story, start there. Behind the scenes posts. This one should be pretty easy for anyone. Share the construction site, share the progress. This can be a really good way to aggregate photos that the chef has taken, that the GM has taken, anyone who's in the space all the time. And don't shy away from showing off the construction zone. They're very interested in knowing what the process is like of opening the restaurant. Collaborate with anyone that you know, ideally who's affiliated with the restaurant, who has a following. If your chef has any number of followers, if you know someone with a lot of followers, find a meaningful way to collaborate and get them in on the posts. When we opened Birdie Bakery, our chef had 3,000 followers. This is significant, and collaborating on the first 6 posts really exposes us to her audience. We also collaborated with an artist named Benny Cruz. We purchased a piece of his art, and he was very open to collaborating on a post. And his audience is much larger than ours. It really makes an impact. And finally, a very common one that I'm sure you've all heard, post 3 to 4 times a week. Quality over quantity really matters. Gone are the days of posting every single day. Most of us have access to a camera on our phone. This is the perfect way to share your story, to share your chef's story. Just don't be afraid to post a really just simple video. Don't think about it too much. Don't be afraid to repeat the story. You're growing new audience and you're getting new audience all the time, so keep talking about it.